matchup, basically, and you lose if it's a fighting matchup as well in the early stages, which means you're pretty much trying to survive. You play to survive in the early stages, which I think is a slow-paced jungler. And like a high-paced jungler is someone who either outfarms someone heavily and paces them into the mid-game.
I don't agree that he's play to survive. He's like, if you get level 4, he's pretty strong. He can, like, I can gank any lane, and I did. Just that laners couldn't do anything with it.
I know. I mean, I'm not saying you played it bad, but just in general.
Yeah, but
like, the quiz isn't. I'm not.
I feel like your reasoning is weird because the Gragas early recalls as well.
Yeah, I know, but Gragas is the moment that recall goes off, his tempo goes up immensely, and while Sylas is kind of still the same.
I think.
And Gragas doesn't have to because he has the option to.
Yeah, Gragas can do full career, right? Should be able to.
Gragas can go for both ways, and he can still match people in
depends
ganks.
on what rune he does. I
know.
He would ever full clear if you go Predator. It's just weird.
No, he probably won't, but he has the option. If he sees an opening, he can actually just go for that gank, while Sylas probably cannot.
But
yeah, on that I agree. Even though it was my it was my idea to and it is my idea to put more games with the Sylas because I believe we can make it work.
With it.
But
I'm just not sold as of yet.
One at a time, please. But the biggest problem was that the picks that we did, like right after it, were pretty counterproductive. Because Lucian wants to fight mid, like force mid pressure and go into their jungle, make something happen, fight mid, make something happen. And Sylas needs time to set everything up, and Lucian doesn't, really. Like, same with top side, like Malphite just wants to ult into something, but we need time to set up the right conditions for the Sylas to work.
Well, I mean, Lucian creates a lot of space for the Sylas.
I will say this. We played around mid 3 minutes to like 4 minutes, and then you died at 5, and then you died at 6 minutes. You had 1 minute like death timers.
Yeah, true.
That's what like I can fight mid, but you were dead like most of the.
We were just like we were just really like unsynchronized, and we like the lane. I think all of the lanes were played pretty poorly.
Agreed.
So like I mean you can't really do anything as a jungler, even if you place like Olaf or something. You can't really do anything when lanes are going really bad.
Now on mid it was just really unlucky that the first Zac gank he actually totally missed his E, but I panic E'd into it and then died. It was just really fucking unlucky because at that point I didn't have flash because of that earlier fight, and at that point I couldn't get away anymore because the Ori slow. Like Ori slowed me into Zac E, and then I just died. Like there's nothing I can do to get out of it.
Yeah.
I just think people did not pay attention to the values. I did so much this game, even though every lane lost.
Yep, I agree. You did a lot despite the horrible state that the game was in. And the game was not lost after the early game, actually. Like, we had a good fight top. Like, I had a pick on the Ori, and we won the fight 4v5. I mean, it wasn't totally lost.
Yeah, you could have come back probably, but I mean, it is on them to fuck up for you.
Yeah, I believe it could have come back, but I also have to say that the play in this game, like the overall play, was just way less good than in game 1 and 2. Like I felt that game 1 and 2 went way better.
Game 2 was horrible. That was really bad.
Was it?
Nah, I've got to say I'm fucking shattered, guys. I think I'm gonna dip if that's alright with everyone.
What do you say?
Bye.
So I'm shattered, tired, so
yeah.
I'm gonna dip out.
Alright.
Thanks for the games, guys. Sorry for getting into there like a beast.
No problem.
Layers.
Have a good night.
No.
Did not feel like
Good night, man.
mentioning anything about Sylas jungle. This game is fair.
No, that's true. We can try it again for sure. But I think it's as like Nadine is touching on some of his problems.
Yeah, I understand what you mean, but he's like, I don't know. The games I played, it's diamond free. Like it's not that high.
Solo queue is not comparable.
Yeah, it's different.
It's very different. The amount of pressure you exert on the map, like my personal opinion, this is like maybe, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's my opinion, right? And like with the dragon meta, basically, because that's kind of what it is, right? I don't feel like low-paced junglers can work in a decently environment. And yes, maybe we can make it work, so we can try. Obviously, I'm down for that. But so far, like the vast majority of junglers that are being played right now are either junglers that outpace the opponent into the mid game, and then just beat them from like third dragon onward, or you look to like play the early aggressor and be on like try to get ahead enough by the third dragon. So that's kind of like the two styles I feel work
Yeah,
best.
I'm not
right
saying
now.
it's like a pick every game type. I mean, it's like this game was probably if I just got to play, they would never kill me. Because like they have 4 APs and or like Shen kinda. Like if I get Spirit Visage, which I got like at 20 minutes because I had to fight
Still
for my
gonna be
farm.
very hard for you to kill them as well, dude.
No way. Like
Into Zillion ult.
I don't know if you saw the game. Like I was on them, so they used Cillian ult all the time on me. And
I
Shen
know,
ult
but
as
like
well.
we couldn't finish it right after, right?
Yeah, but I didn't die. Like if I used the
No,
like,
I don't think you die either, but I think
Like,
it's
if-
not
if
easy,
we-
especially later into the game.
and like
Because Jinx will hurt, trust me.
yeah, for
If
sure.
you get
But
items,
like
then she's gonna be in like an anti-heal, so it's not gonna be easy.
Sonya's and the Spirit Visage Silas, it's kind of crazy.
No,
And
I
I
don't
get
think they
Cillian
die
ult.
anything. You're gonna be a nuisance for them, for sure.
Like I think
But that's like what I'm saying. Like you scale into the mid game very well, but
yeah,
I
but
feel
like
as a jungler specifically, like, I
if
feel
we
like
had decent like if you had better champs for
maybe
Silas,
if we have like stronger setup for you that we can create more room for you would be
yeah,
better.
that's one. Like I level 3 ganked bot and it almost worked out.
Yeah, true.
And then I went mid and it almost
Level
worked
3.
out.
Yeah, mid was just really unlucky.
That's what I
I'm
mean.
not
Like
sure
I
when you
played
picked
Teleportation.
Silas,
Like
I
third
would-
pick.
but
third pick, yeah.
It's
like
first pick
just
Senna, and then we
looking at
picked
the-
Bottom Silas. We
looking at the
saw
game state-
Jinx brilliant.
looking at the game state in the 5v5, this is not the strongest pick with Silas.
Wait,
I would say.
what do you mean? Like we
I don't think Silas is the main threat that you are thinking of right now in this game specifically, because I agree on the fact if Misha says, yes, you can waste their time, but you will not finish them off because they have too much sustain.
I agree with it. You saw the game. That's not how it went.
I just saying from the game how it would work on paper. On paper, this is not a good game for you to play Silas into them because you cannot finish them off. And their ult are alright.
We should always be engaging with Malphite and then follow up with Silas, and then we should
Yeah.
be able to kill them. But we were just really behind, and like the fights were.
Even then,
I don't
Silas-
understand this. Like it's not working on paper. Like it worked fine this game, even when my team inted. Like how can it not be better?
I mean, on the contrary, actually, I believe that if you look at this comp, on paper, it's a 5v5 comp. Like, Malf dives in, now dives in, Senna pokes and ults from the backline, I ult and all that stuff. And in that sort of environment, Silas actually really thrives because he can build up Conquer really fucking fast when he has the cover of the Malphite ult and not engage.
Yeah.
And after that, he will never, as Rasmus says, he will never fucking die. And if he's on Jinx, they have to focus him first, and that's his job.
He's gonna be like a pseudo tank, basically, just like surviving through his sustain and stuff.
It's pretty much an AP Red Cane,
It's just-
I would say.
Yeah.
He's kind of like, yeah, exactly. It's like a Kane where he's just kind of.
He has enough damage to the point where Jinx has to be protected from him.
Yeah.
And that's his job in this game.
True.
I would say since we have the Malphite, I think it's good. Like he can do stuff, both to backline and frontline.
Yeah,
he can-
and
he
he
can
has
do
the
stuff,
utility
yes.
of.
But
And
there
he, I
are
mean,
situations they can do more.
Um,
And also, yeah, like when you say Rasmus, your team inted you. I mean, you played Silas against Zac, so you will get outganked no matter what.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
this is
the-
something that will happen.
But I don't think everyone should die to every sack gank.
No, that's true. That's true. They should
Like,
die, but you
I
should.
understand that he will gank more, but I still think he shouldn't get as many successful ganks as he did.
Yes, that's true.
Are you, if you just outside of the game, just like let this game go, but specifically in the matchup, you should be able to just get vision of him, right? Just be able to like match him on the map.
You don't match him though.
no, you don't match.
You can't match him. You lose actually. In a,
Like
in
I'm
a
not saying
2v2
fight him. I'm not saying fight him. But I'm saying no, like go actually physically look where he is. Just be like the living ward.
I mean,
I think I called him out.
depends
I actually
depends
lost one.
on the other matchups. Like specifically when you have illusion mid lane, it's more rather possible since like we should have agency mid lane and also pressure. But there will be games where you
I think
cannot
if we
perform.
have like stronger laners, that you create more room for him to actually scale up a bit more into like that mid game. Because I think you need like what do you need to get to be like actually like properly strong? Is it like your jungle
Jungle
item?
item.
Yeah, like full item, right?
We do
That's the
have we
first
do have
answer.
pretty strong lanes though, I would say, but we did not.
Yes,
Play
in
according
that case, it's possible,
Top's
but then
kind of
again,
whatever.
I don't think it's worth to look out for him, like, actively. Because in the end, if Silas can just take his time to farm, and can trust you guys that you guys don't die if when he calls
Yeah,
out where the
but
jungle
very
is.
hard to not die on certain picks.
I mean, the Zenna pick is Giga Int against Zek.
What's first picks?
Yes. Like,
Yeah, it was the
but
first.
but that's just like what it is. It's
Sanas is really
Giga
hard
bad.
to play into Zaka's story, but
So, wait, you guys were also blue side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like, you guys should never push out over the over like the middle lane.
I even get dove on this. Like, you just die in their tower.
Yeah, but then again, there should be,
But that's what I mean. Like, if Silas is able to get the vision down the map, then we see him coming in advance, right? You don't need to. Either you physically find him, so you see him on certain.
Let's look at
or you
let's
can,
look at
like,
his.
mark out in, like river entrances, so you know, like, okay, if he's gonna be rotating towards bot side.
Wait, when did they dive you?
No. I said they can dive really easily.
Let's look at
What?
the.
I mean,
the
right now we
seconds.
missed a fight at 10 minutes, and then.
What did they have at the enemy
my
bot lane?
TP. They had zillion jinx, but they can
Okay,
actually
so
post 6 especially, because then Zach can just free.
Nautilus can just leave the lane for free and ward it himself. Because you guys cannot fight that. Because the Zac is
I
too
don't
much
think
of a
we
threat
actually
on the
try
left side.
fighting.
Why can't you fight?
We
Like
should
just
have.
hook the Cillian and then he dies. What?
Early we can fight, but post 6 we don't have a
Yeah,
chance.
yeah, but like.
I mean, I
first-
would say in that at level 4 or 5 you cannot fight just because you have to respect the Zac. If you don't respect the Zac, you die.
Exactly, but that's what I mean. So at that point,
Yeah, but that's not
silence
the
is
job
one
of the
to
Silas. That's actually from you guys.
Let,
to
let, yeah,
respect it.
let's look at.
at that point, if you
Can
want
someone
to
bring up the replay
exert, I have it here already.
and stream for me?
Because realistically, what you have to do as a Silas jungler is to farm up enough. No matter what the enemy jungler does, you should just trust your team and then just focus on one lane.
Yeah,
and
but
just
what,
fuck
okay,
it
but you
up.
don't get the point. What I'm trying to make here.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
well,
know.
you-
but-
If
Why
you
not?
you don't have to, like, counter gank him per se, but you want to know, like, the only job you have besides farming, I think, if you want to play like this, with this kind of comp, I think
You want to track him, is what you're trying.
you
to
want to be able to track him really well.
Can I say
So
something about tracking?
dropping wards, if you know he's gonna be in an area, if you have wards to see if he's gonna commit to a play, that's the only wards you need, right?
But
But
he
then you don't
like
get the point of the
every
time.
kill he got, he was in vision. No joke. Like only the mid lane
Go,
kills. he
go
was
back,
out
go
of
back.
vision.
I want to see the first second.
Wait, who's streaming?
I am.
Michelle.
And the thing, you have to get this, Misha. The thing about Silas is not about being him trying to make you guys feel better. It's about him getting to the point where he can
Yeah, I know,
be
but-
strong. So in that case,
Doesn't mean
tracking,
you're not playing
tracking-
the role of a jungler anymore.
tracking, the thing you don't need to have vision for. Tracking is a thing you can do
I know,
without
I know.
vision when you have a good feeling. And if the jungler says he's around there, you have to respect it.
Yeah, of course.
And the first 2 drakes should never be ever contested by you guys, anyways. In my opinion.
Okay, so first of all, obviously the solo kill shouldn't happen top. So like
I mean,
that's like
uh,
nothing that Silas can do about.
I mean, Adam said he play bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just Knight Shen.
Yeah, but
so
I'm just like explaining what's happening and like
Yeah.
how we're gonna like react. to
I'm
it.
not sure. Maybe we should have let the wave bounce a bit more.
Like, what do we want to
So,
look at?
let me
now?
look.
Like,
Let me look mid. Go back. Let me look mid at.
If I think this
Go back.
roam is bad by Mahoney.
Go back. Slow down as well. Back. What's happening?
I really don't like if he didn't roam me.
I want to see the like trades leaving. Back. Back more.
Um,
Okay, watch
far?
mid. Watch mid.
it's even further, honestly, where it starts.
No, but I want to
Uh,
see the. Yeah.
watch
Okay.
from here.
Yeah, all right. Did
She cleared the ward,
Ah,
so
she-
she hit level 2.
Oh shit.
What, does she have sweeper? What?
No, Zach got
No,
it,
yeah.
I believe.
Oh.
Yeah, look, Zach has sweeper. They saw us plan the ward at red, and they cleared it, and Ori got level 2 of the first wave.
I mean, this is also a perfect example of a game where you both, jungle and mid lane, should try to just also be in his jungle and arcade.
Yeah, exactly.
I
but
think
that's
you're
kind of
like
what
you shouldn't be
That's
pushing.
what I meant.
You shouldn't be pushing this wave. I think you should.
yeah.
I think you need to be on sync with the Silas here. Like if Silas has room to move, like let's say Silas is like finished his camp and has like nothing else to do, that's the moment you just like hard shove it in and then just like go look, get like these deep wards down so you know where he's committing to.
On
So
one
do that
hand,
together.
on one hand, I completely agree. On the other hand, I'm literally first timing Silas and in a competitive game, so I was actually also paying a lot of attention to piloting this champion.
I mean Lucian. Okay.
Yeah, Lucian.
I mean that's fine, but
I mean, that's why we are saying it right now, right? So
Yeah.
you
but
Yeah.
I think that's how.
So
you
like
play.
the way you should play the first
Wanna-
3 waves, either you go for Shield recall, which means you push in the third wave. Once the third wave comes into mid lane, then you hard shove.
Wait, do what? Can you say it again?
So the first 3 waves. I mean, it depends on how much
On mid it's a bit harder to do that.
Yeah, it's hard. But
Yeah.
especially against Orianna, because she has a lot of wave clear. But you should be like you played the lane correctly. Like you traded with her well, so you should have been able to do it. So the plan is to on the third wave, which is a cannon wave. Then if you have
you're forced to base there.
if you have
can't really
priority,
write anything.
if you have priority, you should be able to hard shove it without Orianna
Yeah,
being
yeah,
able to.
yes, on this.
I
With
think
that-
that roam is really bad because he gets off tempo with me.
Can
and,
I
like,
finish
go
my
early.
sentence? Without Orianna being able to clear the wave before you shove it into the turret, and then you get a free back off, which means you get to heal up and you can like buy some extra stats, and then you walk back to the lane, and then if you've done it correctly, then the wave is gonna bounce back to you, so then you can set up a freeze after that.
This one
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
So either you do that, but the way you since you pushed the second wave, could you go back here?
You want to go to the mid wave?
Yeah, I wanna see the second wave.
What does mid crash about here, right? So you're pushing this.
Yeah, so I mean, since you're not like, if you're gonna be able to do the Shield recall, you need to push slower and you need to like zone the Orianna more so that she can't like weaken the wave too much.
What you can look to do as well. If
So here you actually crash the first wave, which is not something you want to do.
Fucking minion block, dude. I eat a fucking tower shot.
But it's fine if you do this, but then you have to hard shove this one as well. Because you push faster, so then you have to like start hitting the wave right away, I think.
Yeah.
And then push this one and then recall.
But
And you're gonna have-
you did shove this as well.
A
Or
bit
like
quicker.
yeah, I mean, so here you're pushing slower, right?
He needs to be on non-stop auto, like auto.
Yeah, but so what happens is that the wave pushes, but then it
Now
stops
it's
like
like
right here. Pause here.
Yeah.
So like now
Yes.
you're like the where the wave is now, it's gonna start pushing towards you again. So if you stop pushing here, then you're gonna actually have a
He
freeze.
still has more CS alive, so it's gonna be stuck here.
Yeah, it's gonna
like
take a while,
it's
but
a freeze for Ori.
It's gonna
This
take.
is a freeze for Ori, actually. Like
No,
a very,
no,
It's
no.
gonna turn into a very slow push. Yeah, but it's gonna cost like 2 waves before this is properly pushed back.
Yeah,
Which is really
it's
bad.
gonna take
That
some time,
opens-
but
Yeah, that opens a Zac gank path. Like really, because you're very vulnerable if you have to play this far up.
Yeah.
This is like,
Yeah.
and Ori's completely safe from any pressure, basically, because she can just play from far back and farm anyway. So I think this is
I don't
really
think
bad.
she's like healthy enough to like
Yeah.
pull off a gank.
I mean,
especially-
I'm playing Ignite. If I see Zac, I'm all in for the one for one. So no, she's not healthy enough to survive a gank.
But then like once
She
you,
doesn't have to do anything. What if Zac is just jumping on you and just trades you out of lane?
I mean, so the point here is that you keep like you keep the lane in the same place for a really long time. And that trade is like really dangerous as well.
That one. I think you should have either reset. Is this cannon wave? No.
Yeah. So like either you look to reset on cannon or you.
Yeah. Also, don't use W too much for shoving because it takes.
Yeah, I know, but
unless
that's
you
normally
are-
her backing. So
I know.
And then the TP is going to happen.
I think here you
Going to do
recall.
it in
Okay.
threes.
You have to recall.
Okay, let's move on to. I mean, I think you can even play TP in this lane. But yeah, that's another story. Let's look at the first.
I mean, I think
Imagine
it's
Bahamut
one
being
thing.
here. Cool.
I mean, I need more Lucian games.
Yeah.
Like I was like 75% of me this game was just trying to pilot the champion correctly, playing aggressive and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you did you had a pretty large CS lead from
Yeah.
that early.
I mean, I think
So
one
that-
thing that you can think
sticks
of
practice.
when you play Lucian, it's not about you killing lane, it's about you denying the enemy in mid lane
Yeah.
to do anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's maybe also the thing you made that maybe made you didn't think of that when you said before when Orianna was really low to dive. It doesn't matter if she's low, if she stays on the turret, then
So
you
that-
did your job.
That's actually go back to that again, like where you used flash mid.
Yeah, here's where you called for the gank.
Go
like,
back.
Uh,
Okay, so slower. I mean, look at the waves. Go back. Or the
Yeah.
4. Okay, never mind. Just yeah.
I'm just gonna let it play here.
So like, look at this right here. Look at me now. Pause. This is perfect for you. Like this is really really good. Orianna doesn't have TP. Like the wave is pretty much frozen in front of your turret. You just like shunked the Orianna with the Sylas. Like Sylas is still relatively close. Like this really sucks for Orianna. She's gonna try to crash the wave, and then you're gonna be able to E forward and trade with her. Okay, so play this. Pretty slow. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah. So
If,
there's no need to like it's kind of over forcing.
One small tip, by the way: if you're ever gonna use W in a trade, it gives movement speed if you hit them afterwards.
I know.
They're tagged, so
Yeah,
use
I
it
know.
first. Always open with W then.
So
If
so
you're-
what Latian said,
You open with Q and then you were in auto range.
it's not really about
You went
killing
for the
her.
double tap. You just like EW it then and then tap it.
It's not really about killing her. It's more about denying her, like making sure that you keep the pressure, and then denying her as much CS and
Yeah, okay.
sometimes even experience as much as you can.
Basically, you just want to play the big dick champion because you're blank. It's kind of how
but
you
yeah.
tie up in lane. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so now you don't have flash
Use
because
flash.
you used this is a pretty
Flash.
free gank for the sack because like you just used flash aggressively, and then you're also like standing a bit to the left if you go back.
He dashed forward to hit this.
I dashed
Oh,
forward
yeah.
for the double tap on the mini.
Oh yeah.
And
So I
then
mean like
just-
this is just like this can easily be avoided like next time. Like we
Yeah,
don't.
I know all of these things.
Yeah.
I need more Lucian games.
Yeah. I'm
This
just
is
like
not all
pointing out
connected.
like mistakes that shouldn't have happened, which like doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, if this was the 5th game, that I wouldn't do that. Like, I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
save my
But
game
like
for things like
these are the things that happened that made the game go the way it did, and these things shouldn't happen again. So like they're not they're not things we should. I mean, if we're talking about Sylas, for example, as a viable jungle pick, then we can't really evaluate it based on how the lanes went because the mistakes that happened are not realistic to happen again.
I mean, as Rasmus said, this game is not a good example to use for whether or not it works.
I mean,
And I think we can all agree on this.
I mean, what path did you actually do there, Rasmus?
You do full top side clear and then reset. Because
What,
you can't
then
do-
you went to red buff, and then you...
Yeah, red
Can
into
you,
bot.
can you just show me what he did after red buff?
No, I ganked.
Just see this top side.
I went red and I ganked.
Okay, I think you
I
should
wanted to
gank.
take crab. Why?
Why do you need to gank?
Because it was free with Nautilus.
Yeah,
But
but
then like I said, yeah, let's take crab, and then they went for that.
I mean, okay, yeah, but since you saw him doing that, I think you should just go back to farming. Yes, they it looks like they overstay, but
I mean,
you
you're not-
don't have damage, and you still only level 3, while this deck is still
it's-
power farming.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I thought Monix was closer. That's why.
It's a bit early as well. Like we can get this freeze further down to our turret.
It's gonna push further. So if you
Yeah.
wait, at least wait for Mahonix to get here, I think.
Yeah,
I mean,
we can have more
I thought
patience. on
it
this.
was just like because I was doing crab and I was just there. Like I thought.
I mean, you have well enough time to take both Raptors and the Krugs. I mean, maybe you get too low from that, but
Like honestly, I wouldn't gank at all in this situation.
yeah,
because
but like let's say you
don't
do
need
Raptors
to
first,
gank
and then you go
Cyrus.
Krugs, and then we have a freeze at our like
then
bot in
it's
front of our
fine.
turret, and then, like they try to crash it. Then you're close by to be able to either like gank or just like shove them away from being able to crash the wave.
I don't
So
think
it's-
it like the wave was looking like it's going to freeze for us. Like if you look like when I went to crab,
It was.
I mean,
it
my
was-
point is,
we kind of like did the
Because-
wave because I don't want to be under tower against Tilly and Jinx because they're
I
just
mean,
free hook.
you can freeze from this, right? Or
no, but this is after.
oh, okay,
This.
but okay, there we.
but my point is not about
It's
talking
even-
what's the best scenario to gank the lane. I think when you play the Silas in this scenario, you should
I think this is also too
second
early.
prioritize the gank.
It doesn't hard freeze for too long because the minions are pretty like 2 of them are damaged already.
I mean,
but-
like you should watch when I went to crab.
I mean at this point, but this is gonna push into us. If you're crab, well, it's like
But yeah, like you could go Krugs there, and then you're still gonna be really close. So if something
And-
like happens, then you're
here.
worst case you
Does
can.
it like look like?
But you
Yeah,
know this is
actually
gonna push
pushing,
into
yeah,
us.
it's gonna push into yeah.
Like there's 2 of them in lane. I'm only alone, so I'm just kind of like not hitting. I'm just trying to get like farm whatever I can.
No, but Nadine, can you go to all? I just want to see like all. Do they have awards, for example? Like if you just go to like
I don't
all.
think they ordered it.
I don't know. This is not worded at all.
And then award like
Like they have a choice here. Like they actually don't know you're here.
yeah,
So
they
you
seem like
think-
they wanted to all
I
in
mean,
here.
they should because. like,
I
some
just think if
security.
Malnix went crab with me, like we would just like if they do that and me and Malnix is ready to gank, it's just free kill.
I mean, probably yes, but then again, why do you think Silas is strong in jungle right now? Why
Because
do
we
you
really good team
high
fight.
value him?
Team
the
fight.
team fighting
It's the
against
mid game.
Okay.
Great bruiser.
So, for that to happen, you need to have good farm early, and also have like a good understanding of how the game goes. Like from right now, after these 2 things happen, mid lane and bot lane, I would have just started to farm. I
I
wouldn't
think
bother
bot lane gank
ganking.
is fine, but
Yeah,
this
like
mid lane
you
gank
wait
I
for
mean-
Nautilus, and then you
If you
get
wait for
killed.
Fine, but
You
it's,
get
you
some-
still waste so much time.
Yeah, but if I like went farming after, I would not be like that
But just
behind.
go back a little bit maybe.
But like I mean I don't get what you're like if they get the kill there, it's not a waste of time.
Nah,
Like-
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think we're
If
If,
killed.
if you get kill on Jinx there, it's gonna be worth for sure. But
It's
I mean,
not
I,
a 100%
In
good
general.
play, and Silas gets punished by doing mistakes really hard. That is my problem. That is
I
my
think
point.
if Nautilus is here, you force them into like a very poor spot where they either lose too much health, have to recall while the waves push it out to them. So they
Potentially
they
burn
lose-
both summoners if
Yeah, you
anything.
probably burn flashes.
yeah, Jinx gets really fucked from the game.
So
if we-
I don't think this is a bad.
but
thing.
but it's not like we're rushing it. That's kind of the point. Like we're
Yeah.
rushing, or like we're forcing ganks with the Silas. We shouldn't be doing that. We should more be looking as like we should think more opportunistic about it. Like take your
I mean,
farm,
it's-
and then when opportunities arise, then you
mean,
like go there and
The
collect.
path he took now is kind of fine for that, but he just needed to wait for Mahonix for this to be somewhat of a
Yeah.
more efficient game.
Yeah, in this
If
case, you
you
just
guys-
wait for Nautilus pretty
Well,
much.
If
then
you guys
needed
wanna
red
do
to
this,
commit
as
to
a
this
jungle
and then just farm up
perspective,
again.
Get the
He-
scuttle
he-
with
go up again.
Mahonix, and then path immediately together towards bot lane. Okay,
Yeah,
that can work.
that's what I wanted.
It
to
can
do.
work. Yes, it will
But-
fuck up Jinx significantly if she uses both the summoners or even dies. If she uses both summoners and
If you
still
force
dies,
the
it's
recall.
really good. But then again, you will lose.
But look here, like
Very
if
much
you
as well.
pause here, like I'm not that behind top stack. If I didn't do this mid gank, I would be like even.
Yes, but it's not about you being even. He's a gank jungler. You're not.
Is that what you
don't-
mean? Yeah, Zac is a gank jungler, but he's so good at farming.
Yes.
Yeah, he farms really fast.
So why would you try to match him when he's doing good at both? You should focus on one thing, and the focus on being on ganking a Sylas is not an option, so you have to prioritize the farm more than the ganks.
I still think the bot
No,
lane
but
is
this is
actually-
advice for every jungler though. Like, it's worth for a jungler to like maybe lose a little, or like just time-wise, if they can actually help impact the lane in a very big way, which they did bot.
I don't
Right.
think I don't think that counts for Sylas. Sylas is really weak.
I agree to an extent where if it fucks with your pathing, then it's really bad for you. But in this case, he had his bot side camps up, so he had the flexibility to just farm his way up, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
So,
When Mahonix
I
goes
think
to
it's
Scuttle, help him with Scuttle, then tries to go bot lane.
Okay,
and
but
if it
you
works,
have
it's
to
good.
realize they started running the fuck up because Mahonix showed mid. Like the second Mahonix shows mid, they start running up to me.
Yes,
So
so that
if he doesn't show
means
mid,
this is
he
actually
doesn't
not a
change.
good. This is not a good example because normally that shouldn't happen.
no, but because it did, like that's jungling
But
is
the wave,
about adaptability,
would,
right?
wave would still push, no? But they
It's
would
gonna bounce, yeah, obviously it's gonna bounce, but like I drop a little bit for it, and like because I can't farm and they will, and like they run up, they start using.
I
Like,
think
ability
even if
shit.
they just don't go balls in, like we have so much CC.
How the fuck are you ahead in CS though?
Me,
Yeah.
because I'm a beast. I actually I don't know, we just outlinked them early. They just suck. But... And we got the better recall off. They go for Drake in a bit actually.
Yeah, like I don't think like that like counts as fucking his pathing up. Like as Nigel said, he still has his
Yeah,
ground.
like, okay, let's say he's
Okay, you guys don't get me here. It's not about
I think
fucking
you're
up. Can I just talk, please, Michel?
Yeah.
Thank you. It's not about completely fucking up his pathing. It's about doing the best he can in his opportunity with the champion he has. Sylas is a champion that relies on being him, making so little mistakes and being so efficient with his pathing and as well with his clear that he can still gank and then still be useful. There are scenarios where you just gank and get a free kill that like benefits two at the same time, maybe even three if it's bot lane, obviously. But then again, you have to prioritize something with this champion, and this is basically farming.
Okay.
So when you go for the Scuttle there, kill bot lane, go to your bot side jungle and farm, that's good. That's an efficient way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. The mid, like going mid was a big mistake after. I got nothing out of it.
Like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree with the sentiment, later.
I mean, I understand, but still, I think investing time into something that you expect, obviously, in team. I think in solo queue, that's even more true, what you're saying. But I think in team, like, you expect this gank to bring up something back in, like, a later stage.
Like you're
right?
saying, like
You invest your time, so yes, you take a hit in your power curve right now, because you're not full efficiency, like, farming away.
like
But at the same time, if we get freed up in this lane, if you get the kill, that is like a positive both for you, because then it's actually worth more than camp you were farming. So that's a chance you take, which is obviously like that's the risk versus reward kind of thing.
And that's dependent on the champion you play.
Yeah, but
If
still
I have
think
the
this
tank-
play was worth it for sure. If
I have a
played
tank in the
properly.
jungle and still do this, it wouldn't even matter if I fuck up my farming after that case.
I can show you multiple Korean junglers doing this. Like you-
but that's what I
going
mean.
for
Like, you
level
just
three.
play high tempo, no matter the fucking champ. They just play turbo. Like,
Yeah.
and that's why I think Sylas is not
Like,
a great champion.
they
because
do
If
the
you guys
exact
want to
kind of
start
like-
comparing Korean play with our play, then I can guarantee you we will see not much similarities.
Dude, if we look, I'm just saying, if
You're
Korean
talking
play
about the
tempo,
champion,
then like you
though.
know that like you're doing right, because Koreans are the fucking slowest region in the world, like slower than fucking Origin usually.
Yeah, but then you
Not
know they
anymore,
most of the time know what they do.
But
In this
but
case,
he's doing it on a champion. You're saying that you should just farm.
no, I don't say you should just farm. You should prioritize farming and only gank if it's very efficient for you.
Yeah, but like
what I
that's what we're saying. Like I think most people agree that it was efficient there. It could have been even better if Nautilus actually like wasn't
If
time.
you played a bit more patient and Nautilus
Yeah.
was there on the same timing, then I think that play was very.
But I think that
like,
was a net worth for the team, but could have been even harder net
it
worth
was,
if
it was
you
pretty
managed.
much just misplayed because of the impatience
Yeah,
on the
Yeah,
game,
yeah.
rather than anything else.
That's absolutely true.
So I think
It
that
was a fucked
the
up
play is
timing.
bad, but
It was a fucked up
Just
timing.
wasn't
So
correct.
since it was a fucked up timing, going for the gank still is just not the most efficient way because it was.
No, it's not the
already
most
bad.
efficient, but it's still a net worth for the team. Like the
Yeah,
team got
exactly.
the Vinya wave, got the freeze, got whatever. They
Yeah,
could
I
have
think
gotten
it's
extra
more
summoners
value.
or a kill even. They didn't get it now, sadly, but it was still a good thing.
That's a wrong execution on a good play, basically.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the play was still good, but it wasn't played correctly.
I think
we-
we're not counting all values from that.
I think
Yeah, I
also
think
if you,
Lekkan
if
is
you
just looking
counter-
at it from like a jungler's perspective, though. Still, I
Yeah,
think
he's
that
trying
doesn't
to
take
he's
the
trying to
whole-
look from it like a very selfish
Okay,
efficiency
don't
perspective,
watch
which I
this,
think is
please.
good.
That skip
Yeah,
that.
I already saw it.
Oh yeah, I
You-
remember this. You
that's
all,
the
like,
problem with
you
this
know what
champion,
happened?
though.
I
You
got
all
so
that
scared
you
of
couldn't
Zac. Yeah, it was. I did like. I don't know how Zac
I
was.
kind of want to see this. I don't think
So
this is a good
sad.
fight. I'll.
But I remember another fight where you eat in
It's
like
not so
TJ.
int actually. I don't know. Like,
That's why I personally also stopped playing the Silas in the jungle, because I feel like it's very dependent on so many situations that you can avoid by just having obviously a better matchup, and then also just playing another champion that can perform better.
this is where it goes like south super far. I mean, disengage was like Mahonix's call. I don't think it was a good call, but
Like,
it was.
the reason I want to.
Mahonix
Right.
was like, "Yeah, can we fight this?" And I was like, "I'm not sure," but he was like, "Yeah, let's fight this." And I was like, "Okay, we fight this." So
I want to prioritize Silas more because I played it on my Diamond 3 account and it's actually so insanely broken. But it's so.
I don't know. I
good.
feel like I mean, by the way, TJ fucking climbed to master it. It's a carrier champ. Like at least it's working solo queue to
I
some
got
extent.
so sad. Like that Jinx got
Yes.
passive there. I would kill Jinx if she didn't get passive. I think.
Yeah.
Like
But, like-
that was also just something that we just have really bad, where like we're really out of sync because you know when like Malphite is coming down bot, but we engage.
I
So,
think it was
then-
fine, but as soon as the kill dropped, like he should have just walked out. I think.
That was just an overchase thing. Like you,
Like
you always
we have
forget
we
the
have
team
time
play
to
that
wait
back.
for.
I think this.
Okay,
is still
yeah.
decent. Just kill the Zillion, walk back. Like you don't need to fight this against this guy, especially because Mr. Lucian.
Okay,
just
I don't think. But
Orient's
where was the engaged that you said that Monix did, which was?
Oh, it was just before us. This one.
Okay.
That's like in lane, like a 2v2. I don't know.
Oh,
It
right,
was
right.
Orient.
Oh no.
Okay.
No,
Never
he's, like,
mind.
he's level 5, and he's like, yeah, I'm hitting 6 soon. And I was like, yeah, but I don't push quick. He's like, yeah, one creep. And I was like, okay, I'm hitting the creep. And then now he turned 6, but he like lost all of his HP bar before we even got to fight it. Like, look at how much he lost.
Wait,
Just-
did you walk into the? Oh no.
Yeah, I stepped into it. But, I mean, I misplayed it as well. But like, just because of this whole situation is already like we're
Yeah,
it's
of course.
already over
Like,
before it
that-
happened, you know.
Yeah, that was doomed because of like the health loss because you got thrown up. But
But like here, he's just tanking so many free hits, and then he got double bombs as well, like into
and he
trap.
got jinxed.
I mean, actually,
Oh, he walked into the jinx traps.
I pressed R, that's why he walked back in, and I stepped into it. So I'm like,
Also, Rasmus, don't forget
it was just misplayed. This was misplayed
yeah.
on top of fucking bad call.
when you compare
Boom.
solo queue with competitive or like
Yeah,
team
it's
play,
very different. I'm not saying that it.
you
isn't.
will get punished way less in solo queue.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying.
And
like,
also, also another thing before you talk. Why did you go for the blue smite again?
I
don't
don't
you
like
wanna-
red smite. It's not something I
Wait,
usually do. Like
Does he
have
not have
done on
damage?
Silas. He dashes early.
Look, it's
No wait,
sad.
it's 2 minutes. Never mind. I don't know about this one.
So you just don't
I
like
just-
the red smite generally.
He has dash
No,
now.
no, not generally. Just on Silas.
Why is he
haven't
not
played it
dashing?
long.
Okay.
I think he got interrupted by Q. If I
Unused solution, man. Not used.
like think he Qs. No,
I mean,
he E's.
obviously, he should be looking
No,
to
look,
dash.
look. He E's when he
Do you
gets
not have
look,
mana? You have mana.
No,
No,
it,
he's still
it
up. He's
comes,
still up.
it comes up the
Yeah.
moment I get hit. Like I
Oh.
get hit and then
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
up.
but after you don't dash away either. You just look at the minions. I think if you just dash away, you just run.
Oh, my back hurts. Oh, my back
Yeah,
hurts.
like you get
What-
hit and dashes
why do
up
you
as you
think-
get hit. Like here, just dash. Like
But
Who
dash.
would red smite this game? Just,
Hmm?
I feel like sticking on.
But yeah,
someone's
I don't think it survives. Like if he dashes afterwards.
I mean, it's the higher chance of living, I think.
Yeah, but like the better place to go for the minions.
Like here, okay, so it's like 0.2 seconds. You get hit.
Yeah.
You get hit.
Yeah.
You get pulled in. If you
maybe,
dash, like,
maybe you can
long
dash
range-
before the pull. I'm not sure.
long range dash now.
No, the pull will pull him back.
Oh, right,
That's-
right, yeah.
Yeah,
And
exactly. You
even
don't, you
after
don't
the
want
pull,
to
he
do.
has red buff,
Yeah.
and I'm dashed over him. Like
Yeah.
I'm still in AA range. You still die.
I think he would die there, like, two
there's,
autos or
there's
even
no
one
there's
auto
no way
and
you get
then
out. It's better to go for the creeps. It's better.
It's very close, I think. Bro. You don't have okay. You have magical footwear as well. It's like if you have Nimbus, you can definitely make it happen. Because then you can ignite with Nimbus.
Latin, what do you think?
Well,
Red
yeah, I
Smite
was
is
looking
better?
at what runes they run, and it's either Inspiration
This is free
or
for.
Nimbus, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I don't know, man.
Oh, it's fine. Like this is fine in the matchup as well.
Why do you prefer Red Smite this game?
Because I feel like you will have a lot of skirmishes, and all what you already said before we even talked about the whole thing. You will stick onto them no matter what, and you will not need blue smite for that.
Thank
And
you.
when you go for the skirmishes anyways, you might as well go for the red smite as well, because it will just be easier for you to even kill the front line if it's needed. Like let's say not a straight 5v5, but skirmishes like in their jungle, like 3v3, 2v2, whatever. It's just better to have the red smite knuckles.
No, that was
But
just
like, isn't like Sylas just an inferior AP Kane in a way? Because like Kane can at least.
kind of,
I mean, I guess
this
you
game
can
especially.
kind of compare it, yes.
I actually feel like since Lilia came out, there's less of a niche for Sylas in the jungle.
Like Lilia is literally just like
Yeah.
Sylas done right, kinda in the jungle. Right?
Well, that
I
her,
think
her
they-
clear is
Nah,
better,
I
and
think-
you build almost the exact same items.
I think they are very different.
Yeah, I also
values.
agree on that.
Yeah, so, I mean, he's more of a counter pick than a blind pick. But
Yeah.
we wanted to.
Yeah,
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 I'm not-
I'm not saying he's good as a like blind pick. I just wanted to play it to
Yeah.
see how it
Yeah.
would go.
Yeah.
Because as I said, I
No, it's
only
fine.
played it in solo queue.
I mean,
Yeah.
this game, as we said, was clearly a bad sample size, so we might have to. Like, I think most comps that you try to build around something can work. Then again, it's like,
I literally
how
started,
effective is it?
I started playing Silas 2 days ago. He's
I
like
gunned down
40.
in the street.
I mean, realistically, when you have the Silas and you have a good matchup, that means like any AP jungler is a good matchup for you. Then again, like AD junglers are like, there can be good matchups, but just in generally tank junglers are really good matchups for you. In that
Yeah.
case, just look for skirmishes. Look for a lot of skirmishes. Then again, if you have a high prioritized mid lane, talk with your mid laner, go invade them, you win the skirmishes, cause like at a certain point, let's say like level 7 or something.
This is one of the things. Like, wait, I would just kill both if Zac wasn't so fed. He's 3-0-4.
You did max your W, right?
Yeah.
Maybe if you had Red Smite.
Red Smite would actually probably work. Then. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, but then again, it's
This
like
was so troll. I like clicked on walking towards mid, but I clicked like somewhere here, and then it just decided to like walk this route instead. Like,
What do you think about my build, Latian? Spirit Wizard first.
I mean, in this game or just generally?
Generally.
Okay, because generally
I
think
don't
it's
don't
not
build
good.
it every game. Yeah, it's just this. This is the first game I went it, but I saw Piosik do it, so
I think generally it's only good if you have had enough time in the early game to like either farm up or you did like some things good in the early game which gave you a lead. So in that case, they most likely don't have enough damage to kill you. So if you just survive with your Conqueror stack and all that, and maybe even Red Smite in that case, I think it's still a good option. Obviously, if they have also enough AP damage threat in the enemy team, yes, it's fine to do it. Obviously, we don't have to talk about if they're full AD, you don't build Spirit Wizard threat.
yeah.
It's just happened.
But what
then
happened
again-
to Lethal Tempo? What happened to Fleet Footwork Silas?
I mean,
Don't
it
do
can
that in
still
the jungle.
work, but I don't think it's good in jungle. I mean, you look for skirmishes, and if you skirmish, and might as well just Conqueror, right?
No, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I was thinking like if
It
it
will,
clears
like-
like as atrocious as it is early, you might as well just get like the bonus health. Because if you clear red side, I actually feel like you can clear the entire blue side easy, but you can't do the same from blue to
Yeah,
red.
but it's really slow.
Really? I mean, like, doesn't the jungle item just do all the damage just from your passive, like
No,
just
no.
from applying the dot?
I mean, if you have the blue smite or the red smite built out, but if you have only like the talisman, then you won't have enough damage, and if you have the machete, you will just die anyways in
Yeah.
the jungle. Then you have the damage, but then it doesn't matter.
I don't know. I like clearing one side and then ganking, like reset to gank.
I mean,
I
I,
like that.
like with Silas, I don't think it's a bad of an idea since you
there
don't do
any
anything anyways early. Like you will only be a threat when you hit level 5. When you have three levels into the W, you are a threat in every skirmish you do, right? Before that, you're not a threat. You literally just use all your spells and then you're useless. So you might as well probably die to every jungle there is in the game at level 3.
So does
Because
this
you
mean I
don't
have to
have
practice Silas top, guys?
I mean, it's a good
I
pick
guess
against
Adam has to
Malphite.
play it as well.
Yeah, Malphite and Orin, it's a really good pick. So it's actually
People are
something
playing
you
less
can-
and less of those, especially in solo queue.
But yeah, I mean, like, let's say in this game specifically, when you think they are not that fed, like let's say it's like very even, I think you can go for the Spirit Visage regardless. But I feel like Protobell is also such a big and huge power spec for you
Yeah, I
that you
agree.
can still survive without having the Spirit Visage. Because realistically, the team, they don't have a lot of damage, right? They will
More
need.
healing from AP as well, right?
All top players are going fucking Hextech GLP on Silas.
So like technically, if you go pro Debel, it's also more sustain.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it's like it's
the
definitely not
laners
the same as
do,
Spirit Visage.
GLP.
I know, but still, like it still works and it gives you more damage, which then
Yeah.
kills them
So-
faster. So you have to like tank less damage.
But I
Just-
also had Conquer healing and I had Domination healing, so I mean like there's way more in.
Yeah, I know, but maybe it's like better to move it.
I think this game you should go Leander's second, actually.
Oh, I don't know.
I think this game everyone should take a break before it and realize that they're tilted from the last one.
I didn't even play the last one.
I feel like
That's-
Leander is too
I
much,
worked
like,
my whole day. I'm
Why,
tilted.
why did you say Rasmus?
damage wouldn't help. Protobelt would give me like healing because of CDR and HP, like it's fine, but I don't think. I don't know. If I see Protobelt, I see it more like it can help me heal.
I mean, you're gonna use Protobelt to try to reach Jinx or
Yeah, but,
Orianna.
yeah, but that's what I mean. I get close so I can W. If I go Leandris, I feel like I just like how I would just stick on Zac, right?
But because of Malphite, I think
Yeah,
you.
it's-
I think because of Malphite, you can reach the backline regardless. And with Leandris, you do a lot more against
Yeah, but-
second.
Yeah, but it's
chain.
only
Yeah.
Zac then.
You guys have to realize we're talking about reaching the backline. We are at the point where it's most likely not gonna be a 5v5 anyways. So when you go for the first item Protobelt here, it's only the purpose for getting the Protobelt is for the skirmishes you do to win the skirmishes. And then afterwards going for the Spirit Visage will help you in the 5v5 because you will most likely have enough damage to be a threat with the Malphite anyways.
Yeah, true.
So going for the Leandris there is, in my opinion, alright, but not as a second item.
But does
I could see it as a third item.
I think Leandris into Spirit Visage because like if you go Spirit Visage first, you farm a bit slower. If you go like AP item first, I like Protobelt works as well. But I
Clear is
think,
fine. Like just jungle item helps so much.
Is there anything
Yeah,
else
yeah.
you wanted from the replay, by the way?
uh,
I think so.
no, it's just
I think
I
it's
think
play,
most,
just play this fight going on south.
In theory, there shouldn't be a lot of team fights, but I think we just team fought a lot.
actually
like, there
let's
were
see where
good
you
fights.
came back. Yeah, let's see the
Or this one.
like what it was like 9-16 or something at some point.
I'm ahead of guys. I'm gonna
Yeah,
Alright.
same.
Bye-bye.
So yeah,
have a good night, guys.
wait,
This one.
we
Good
got
night.
we got like 4 kills from here.
Oh, I've smurfed this so.
Like we're so fucking behind. Like look at.
Do I have Silas on this account?
This was so unlucky actually.
How much gold does Jinx have?
6.6. Fucking bad.
And Zac 6.7.
Oh, but she's sitting on 2k though.
Yeah, but I just like
Like,
looking at how
You would've
ahead.
valued Satan. This is so unlucky. So I go like for this auto
There's-
as the Alpha Q hits.
There's no need to. I think there's no need for either of them. But did we kill him? We killed them anyway, right?
Yeah.
I know, but it took more time.
Oh my god.
This guy dies as well, I think. It's a fucking goose hunt.
It's unfortunate we didn't get that on Lucian. So 4k. Can we win? Realistically, I don't think we can win from this. I mean, we can, obviously, because of like the
I mean,
level of
It's
play.
not big enough to call it
I
getting back
feel-
into the game, but it's a start point.
yeah. But I feel at this point, like, theoretically, like if you want to play it more perfect, bot lane's gonna be like a bit more even. Like it
Yeah,
could be like this basically. Then Lucian should be more ahead than this. Silas should be a little bit more even, I guess, to the Zac. Because then, well, Zac shouldn't be this fed.
I mean, I don't know. I'm more worried about like the negative attitude that like I was feeling after the game rather than like the game itself. Honestly, I think that we're doing more.
Bad vibes.
Yeah, bad vibes everywhere.
Yeah, it was pretty bad today.
If I was toxic, it was because I didn't like it. People seem to not like the Silas pick, and I felt like I did so
You
much.
felt personally attacked, I understand you. Man, I know, it was like when I wanted my cane and nobody listened, like, the horrors.
I just didn't think there was like it wasn't right to say anything about Silas pick.
No, but
I mean, like, look, I'm gonna be honest, if anyone, like, the best player, or like the one that played, like, most not bad, I guess, that game would be you.
Yeah,
Not because you did much, but because everyone else
appreciation.
just because everything else just went to shit everywhere else.
But it still doesn't change that I don't like the pick.
No, yeah, of course, it doesn't change.
Yeah,
Like,
I
look,
didn't like the reasoning this game.
I'm not talking specifically about the game. I was talking in general. Like,
Yeah, I
like
know,
Champion
but
is doing right now.
feel like
Because I don't feel like he fits the tempo of the game currently
I feel like,
as much.
as I said, if you had like picks more
But
like
I think we have more control on the map. It will
But, like,
free you up a little more.
if I can ask